Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good day today so far. We are here to make up for some of the mistakes that were made yesterday. So hopefully we can have a little bit better progress today than we did. For those who weren't here yesterday, there were just storm after storm after storm, and it made it basically impossible to progress. And we, in the process, lost the rover that I made in the previous episode that was helping us get more resources, which is a major bummer. But we will not be disheartened for long, because I have intentions of doing better. Well, I always have intentions of doing better, but we'll see if that actually happens. So I think the first thing I'm going to do today, and I wrote these down on a little notepad over here, but maybe I could put this on the actual to-do list so we can see. Haven't built the conveyor thing. Haven't done any of these. Yeah, really, we didn't get anything done. So I'm putting those down a little bit farther because what I want to do first is let's build the scanner and find nickel, because that's the big hang up right now. Is we have some silicon, we have some iron, and we have some nope, it's just those two. We have those two. I was thinking gravel is the fourth one that you get from the stone. So once we get nickel, we'll be able to produce things like rotors or motors and the things that we need to actually start moving forward a bit more. I want to also build some like info panels. This doesn't have to be like in this order necessarily, but I would like to be able to at a glance know how my base power is doing, and I'd also like to know like which research pieces are associated with our different NPCs, because for those who are familiar with the challenge, you know that in order to get the additional resources, in order to get the additional research, we need to have more colony facilities to make that happen. So I'll have these as like little subsections. So power, info, and then also research / housing info. Obviously on this is build a new rover. Grind the old rover. And I already have this one on there, which is make the additional power for the base. So have more batteries. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. We're adding to the to-do list without taking anything off of the to-do list, so that feels, great. Let's reduce the font size a bit. So. All right, there we go. Let's see who all is here. Mr. Alex to go, Lech King, Robert TVG. Hello. Perfect music, yeah. TNT Craft, how's it going? SW Ninja. Hey, all back for another dose of mad. Yeah. Jedi Master Bird. Can't wait for the rover recovery. Well, I more meant recovery as in like I'm recovering from yesterday's mistakes and the rover was the main mistake. Because I think that rover has so many problems. I think it was inevitable that we were probably going to lose it. Yeah, I'm just going to put this here so that way we hopefully can stop moving it around. But yeah, I more meant recovery in the terms of like recovering all of the from all the mistakes we made. Speaking of nickel, I think my friend and I are running low on that stuff. Yeah? Did you come up with a new turbine design? I messed around with it a little bit in creative mode. I didn't really, like, I stopped because I liked some of the designs I was coming up with, but I was also realizing as I was going through that it was not feasible for our current resource production. Like the setup that we have currently is the minimal amount of resources necessary to have the articulating thing do what we want it to do. If I were to try to do anything cool and fancy, I would have to have at least another like rotor or hinge. And with the stuff that I was testing, I was realizing that to have I wanted to have like a, what is it? Like basically like a pressure, like an air pressure. Man, why can't I think of it? It's like the things that you have on like chairs. Like your office chair, where it helps it extend up and down. I wanted to have one of those. I would use a piston, and then some rotors and hinges to have it come off the side, and then have this arm that extends. All right, let's see about the ore scanner. Oh no, it's a deposit scanner. Yeah, deposit scanner. Okay. And we want it to look for nickel. Do medium range and we'll recharge. And we have 7 minutes with the ore taps running and this thing recharging. And we have 11 minutes till this is fully recharged. So I suppose here's a question. How far away am I? Because I put the stuff to produce the other day for a base battery. How far away am I from that? I'm pretty far. But if this is a sandstorm coming in right now, it is. That means that we should get at least a few more minutes out of our wind turbines. Hopefully. Doesn't... Oh yeah, 10 minutes. Are you lagging or is it the stream? It has to be the stream. I'm not lagging at all. Oh, is the internet really bad today? Ooh, it looks like it. Mad Mavin in chat. Hope you're well today. Haven't gotten through the last VOD, so no clue why the rover is flipped. Oh, I was freaking out. A storm came through and we weren't ready for it, and my drill arm was badly engineered, and so then I ended up building a hole, and then when I was trying to make a quick escape, I ended up falling in that hole, and then it was just a whole chain of events. So now we're here. Alright, I think I'm going to turn off the ore taps. Or, you know what? Let's turn off one of them. I always turn off both. But let's just take this one off and toggle block off. Gives us a few more minutes. Sometimes in stream seems that you're playing like 10 FPS. It's not you, the stream is freaking out. Dang, man, that sucks. Yeah, I'm getting some notifications about dropped frames. I don't know how to hold on. Please keyframe frequency of, hold on, let me go onto YouTube and see about this whole widget thing. Yeah, it's what can I do to improve this? It just fluctuates a ton. I don't really know. What to do. I think we just might have to trudge through it. Totally understand if it's just absolutely awful and not worth watching. I'm just gonna continue streaming, and then maybe what I'll do for next week's streams, I'm gonna write this down. Maybe I need to drop the FPS because I'm trying to stream at 60, and I'm wondering if that's having an effect over this really bad internet connection that I have. Are you using 2 screens? I am using 2 screens. It doesn't look bad to me. An occasional stutter, but not 10 FPS. It's interesting that it seems to be pretty inconsistent for different people. But I appreciate the heads up. All right, let's keep it going. I'm kind of waiting for this guy to be done. Oh, it changed colors. Fully recharged in 10 seconds. There we go. And hopefully now my base isn't just getting... Yeah, we're doing okay. We'll start getting power back. All right, so for now, I think we're just gonna keep the 1 ore tap on. And then we'll go from there. Although it does seem like I'm not hearing the refinery go, so I wonder if, because the batteries are entirely dead, that it's not going to turn back on. Whatever. That is a different problem for a different time. Let's go to the scanner. And we're looking for nickel, and it's scan range. Let's start the scan. I haven't seen anything that bad on my end. Normally occasional frame drops as past streams. It's such a bummer that, like, when I started this whole thing, I was like, yeah, I'd like to stream more regularly, and then I go to a place where the internet is not great. But it's only temporary. It's a few months, but then I'll be back. Christian's getting 720 and 60 FPS. Where's the Batman, Batmobile, and Batcave? We don't have one quite yet, but hopefully in a not too distant future. Okay. I think, honestly, it would be just beneficial to run over there and get what we need and then run back. Even though that's a little bit of a hike, I think it's worth. Also, I'm going to switch out my spacesuit. So one of the mods that we have on here is like you have these different spacesuits. And I think the Explorer spacesuit is the one that lets you move a bit faster. I'm assuming, because that kind of makes the most sense. It reduces my inventory size, because the builder has like crazy inventory. But I think it would be worth it to be able to walk a little bit faster. And then I'm also going to really fast put some of these better tools. I thought we had plenty of cobalt. It's in the basic assembler. All right. Character tools. Let's get going. Can RB... Ooh, you are right. I'm glad I caught that right now. RB1 can carry things. RB1, follow me. Yeah, all right. Good call. Where are you? I'm on a planet called Thanatos. It seems like on this end FPS is getting low. Sorry to hear that. RB Carl. Hey Carl. Yes, he is on his own inventory as well. It's true. RB1 is gonna help out. I've been rocking a second screen with OBS for forever. No, I don't think it's your internet. I think it's my internet. Or the thing between us, right? Because yeah, it's I think it's the upload speed. My download speed is fine, and yeah, I've been at my previous desk I had 3 monitors and I was streaming fine and I never had issues. So it's definitely the upload speed where I'm at. But glad to know it's smooth now. I wish I had something to tell me what kind of storm this was. Wait, what? What? How did the deposit scanner miss this nickel right here? And it sent me to one that's much farther away. That's kind of nice. Oh, that is truly blinding. It's funny, whenever I hear this song, it's almost as if like the lightning and thunder is part of the song. It feels weird to have this song play without those. Ooh, this is not great. I'm hoping that by getting further underground, I can save myself from perishing. I don't think so. I'm basically digging a straight tunnel. Yeah, nope. So this inferno is going to drain my suit of power very quickly. So I think it'd probably be best to try to just run back to the base. See, this is why we need rovers, right? Because as long as this isn't a heavy thermal storm, then our rover will be fine, and then we could just hop in the rover and recharge. But you know what? Actually, it might be dumb, but I'm gonna take a risk on the. I think the Explorer has better battery capacity than the Builder, because the Builder, I was losing power way faster. Sorry, everyone. I have to go in first person to make sure I got the angle right. The music changed right on time, yeah. Always seems to do that. Yeah, the Explorer suit might be where it's at. Ooh, I think our base is currently getting some damage because we just lost pressurization on the base. Alright, am I? Yeah. There we go. Alright, let's get some of this. Whew. The deposit scanner is in cahoots with the storms. Yeah, they just want to mess me up. For real. Mavin, just blame YouTube when there's issues. Yeah, it's YouTube's fault.
Energy low.
Alright, I had wanted to get enough stuff for me to fill up my... You know what? I still can, I think. Maybe. You know what? No, I don't want to risk it. I need to be more conservative. I wanted to get enough to fill up RB1's inventory as well, but I think with only 20 power left, I should just take what I have and go back to the base and use it. Okay, I also need to mark this. What do we, nickel? Yeah, it wanted me to go to a nickel deposit that was like 3 kilometers away, but this nickel deposit was 500 meters away. Maybe the base is fine with them. My fear is that, like, I thought the same thing, but then it said you can't have your kitchen in an unpressurized spot, and it hasn't given me that message up until this point. The energy is getting low, but I think we're gonna make it.
Energy critical.
Life support failure imminent. Alright, throw the nickel in there and hop in here. Whew. Christian, I am into the idea of a transport bike or buggy. The only issue right now is that the only wheels I have access to currently are the 5x5 like big wheels. Because in the vanilla, what is it, like the vanilla tech tree or whatever, for some reason you unlock the other wheels before you unlock the smaller ones. You lock the biggest ones, and it's probably for this exact reason, which is it is difficult to make all the vehicles that you want with 5x5 wheels exclusively. So that might need to be one of our improvements. You know what? I think that actually is worth it. So I need a few more research materials. 14. So let's go to the assembler. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that you can like control click and shift click. I just didn't do that. All right, so now we actually have some nickel, and we have a good amount of iron, and we have a little bit of silicon. So I think honestly, we're in a spot now that I should have tried to run to yesterday. So let's check our little to-do list. I'm gonna set RB1 to do his patrol. Oh, I thought we had a patrol for you, man. Okay, what are the other options? Let's just do go to over there. All right, and then you should hopefully yeah. All right. So, coming over here, we have built the scanner and we found some nickel. So that's good. Oh, I shouldn't have gone out. The power and this like info LCDs I'll do when we have like another storm or something. This is just part of the rover, so I think I'm gonna put that like that. Yeah. Okay. So, let's because I have to wait a sec before I can actually build the smaller wheels, which will make a huge difference in our next rover build. But I have to wait till the other wheels research. So let me come down here. This is currently turned off, and let's put this in the inventory. And it's queued up, and then we'll walk away. And research lab. Yeah, the off-road suspension. I don't know why this doesn't have a check mark next to it. I haven't been able to get that to work, but we have the 5x5 wheels, so. Yeah, research lab on. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that the wheels need to be up there. Okay. So that'll only take a few minutes. I think in the meantime, maybe I'll run and get another inventory's worth of nickel. And by the time I get back, we should be ready to build our next rover. Monster truck bike, yeah. Uh, it was scanning 3 to 7 kilometers. Oh. You know, I didn't even look at that now that you mention that. I was thinking that the medium was from 0 to out to like 7 kilometers. But what you're saying is that short range is between 0 and like 2.9, and then medium is 3 to 7, and then like large is 7.1 to however far out the maximum distance is. I didn't even think about that. I see in the chat people are talking about train rovers. Classic. Since you have dug out all of the underground, why not build a lift into the hole and store the rover when not in use? We had talked about the idea of like a Batman garage, of putting all of our cars underground. I want to think of a way to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that having the piston and lowering your vehicles underground is definitely a cool way to do that. But I'm also thinking just from a usability standpoint, if I have multiple vehicles, I'm not going to want to, you know, if it's just going to be a huge hassle to get a vehicle out of the garage, you know, get in, park it on the elevator, like do the command to have it lift, have the timing of it right so it doesn't like fling your rover and then get to the top. There are other Space Engineers creators that I've watched do this kind of thing, and they talk about how like your elevator, while cool, it just takes a significant amount of time. So I think what I might do is something with like off-grid ramp kind of thing, where I use like a subgrid, a large grid subgrid with a rotor or a hinge. I create a ramp that's like not 45 degrees, but a nice grade that just goes down into a tunnel, and then that's where I'll have all my stuff. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but wouldn't it be good to, for now, to work from a basement base? Like move it under the voxel with minimum block exposed. Yeah, that would definitely be the smart thing to do, but that is something I've never been accused of. Being smart. Also, I had said it earlier in the playthrough, but the from a content perspective and just also my personal preferences, I don't really enjoy building underground as much because you don't get to see all of the outsides and the design that you want. You can do some cool stuff with interior, but it's just really not what I'm interested in. I'd rather come up with different ways to deal with the storms. Alright, we're not doing bad. I should probably turn off the ore tab, actually, because I think we're filling up on resources right now. And that'll also give our batteries an opportunity to charge. Let's see about this research. Is it done? It is done. All right. So I want to make sure that I'm still on track with the game. So we have this guy and this guy, Troy and Abed. So that's 2, 3, 4. And then upstairs we have 5, 6, only 6. And I started with 1, so we should have 7 research things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We know we have 5, 6. So I can only pick. We made this one last time, but I haven't actually taken it out yet and learned how to make a timer. So I think I'm actually going to hold off on that until I make 2 more NPCs, and I'm going to work on this. So that way I can build my rovers. Alright, let's turn off the research labs. Yeah, it's off, so that way it doesn't mess with the audio. I really need to figure out why it's not working through the ore taps. I think I might need to move this somewhere else. Okay, now if I go to wheels. See, that's strange. I grabbed the wheel one, right? Yeah. Okay, give me a minute. I might have to... Here, let's just save. And then reload. Alright, did it say saved? Yeah. Reload. Could you just carve into the base of the mountain? We could. I like the ramp idea. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. I need to figure out the best way to do it. But yeah, I think that there could definitely be some benefits with that. Yeah, make blast shield clamshell doors that close over the base. Like Legend of Korra. Elevator is simple piston up and down, or button on an elevator press reverse. Yeah, I know how to. Yeah, like it's not necessarily difficult. It's just anytime you add moving parts, you're adding time to have it go through its whole process. All right. Why is it saying that I don't have these on the hotbar? I don't have progression enabled, so I don't know why. Like, not the vanilla progression. There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. So let's do the left wheels. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I haven't been using these recently. Okay, left, and then 3x3. Oh, I want to do the off-road ones. I like those ones better. Off-road left, off-road right. Let's get a battery, and let's get a gyro. Cargo. What else do we need? Obviously a cockpit. Let's do the cab cockpit. And I think I'm gonna build off a rotor so that way it can charge while it's on the base. Speaking of charging while we're on the base, how are we doing on power? Okay, we are recharging. It's just gonna take a minute to do that. Okay. The train rover begins. Not so much. Are you able to rescue your rover with a landing gear, a piston, and a rotor? Lift it up. See, here's the thing. That rover, it's not like... It doesn't have... It ain't that great, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's worth the time and effort that it would take to try to get it to roll back over when I want to make a new one anyway. That's a different wheelbase and different configuration with the containers and stuff. So I think we're just gonna hold off. Yeah. I don't want to block that actually, because that's where I'm gonna be building. Maybe have cargo on a trailer separately. That could work. Could be fun. Thank you, RB1. Appreciate it, man. I'm currently still in the situation where I want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to be frugal with our resources. So I think on all of this stuff, it's kind of like the V1 of everything. And with that, we're going to be... Actually, I should have done this. With the V1 of everything, we're going to be a little bit stingy. So probably not going to put a trailer on right this moment. But I like the idea for the future. Just gonna put to production a few computers. And some rotors. I know that those were something that we were desperately lacking before. Alright. Let's go out like this. Okay. So now I'm trying to think how I want to do this. So there's a part of me that just wants to absolutely steal exactly what Engineered Coffee did with his modular cargo containers. He put two on the sides like this, and then he put a collector and some other fun stuff in between the two cargo containers. And I gotta say, I don't know if I can come up with a better design than that guy. Both from a visual standpoint and also from a practicality standpoint. So I think I'm just going to trust the actual engineer and kind of follow his lead on that. The funny thing is I'm really not gonna need this much storage. At least right now. Maybe in the future I will. Yeah, let's build in mind
Energy
for the
low.
future. But not be greedy with our resource usage. Did the drill system keep breaking because rotor lock was on, and that is wasn't really damaging the rotor. No, I checked rotor lock, but yeah, it was acting super weird. I'm pretty sure I checked the rotor lock, but you know, I've definitely made mistakes. But I think it was off because that was one of the things I was toggling everything on and off to see if I could get it to just function the way I wanted it to. Batteries, energy cells are kind of valuable. Yes, they definitely are. Thanks, buddy. What about the drill rig on a trailer? That could be pretty cool. Now that idea is one that I'm interested in, because then we could also have like a welding rig on a trailer, and then we could have we could just swap out trailers, and we would just keep all of our resources in the truck.
Energy critical.
For whatever the job was. That seems pretty cool. Cause yeah, I definitely want to build something that I can use to get more stone and everything. Hold on, let me read all these. Rebuild the Evermore. So we could, when you hear thunder in real life now. When you hear thunder in real life now, do you cringe or at least think to yourself, at least it's not worse? All the time. Yep. It's funny, after I play games for a little while, like I'll notice my thought processes, like while I'm like from games it like leaks into real life. Like when I was playing, when I was doing Zomboid, and like I would be recording for, you know, like 2 weeks straight. I would be driving down the road and I would just see like a big industrial vehicle and I'm like, ooh, I need to hotwire that and bring that back to the base. And then I was like, wait, what? No, I don't have a base and I don't need to hotwire that. That is illegal. But yeah, I was like, oh, that would be a great addition to my collection of cars. He tells everyone to copy it. Yes, I'm glad. Because yeah, that's the way he does his whole setup is pretty awesome. Do you have access to constant hydrogen? I don't. I don't know where any ice is right now. A drill rig on a trailer. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Do note when I use a custom controller. Do note when you use custom turret controller up and down. Maybe forward and back mouse movement for hinge, but for rotor you add left and right movement. If it wasn't the rotor lock. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's in the past. We're in the present now. So it broke, but we're gonna make the best of what we got now. The question is for this wheelbase to be as good as it can be. Ooh, I have an interesting idea. I don't know if it would be dumb or not. My idea right now is I'm thinking if I put spacers between, like, here, let me show you. So I would put like a space, leave a block in between these, and then have like some more cargo containers, and then with this single block I would have a hinge right there. Thank you, RB1. And then the subgrid right here would be an arm that leads out to shielding that would just sit on the sides, but then when a storm comes, then I could activate the hinge and I rotate it up to like be an umbrella. But I don't know if that when we were talking about efficient use of resources, I could just put the armor on top and call that a day. Also, we don't have heavy armor, so I don't think that that's going to be... This light armor is basically paper mache to those heavy thermal storms, so it's really better for putting a structure together. But maybe when we have heavy armor, that would be a cool thing to add. Okay, so let's... I talked myself out of it. I do still wonder about how I want to do the wheelbase, though. Where do I guess let's figure out where I want to put the battery, too. Yeah. I definitely want them to be lower on the vehicle. Wide wheelbase and lower and low to avoid flipping. Yes. All of those things are important. No flipping. That is important. Oxygen tank. Good call. Have you researched the bobblehead for the dash? No, I haven't. I wish there was a bobblehead for the dash. That would be pretty fun. I'm sure people are going to come up with absolutely wild stuff in the unified grid system for the new Space Engineers game. I'm kind of interested to see how they handle like cockpits and stuff. I mean, obviously they're going to be, you know, whatever normal blocks, but since they're not, you know, like 1 by 1 or 2 by 1 or whatever, they can have like totally new interesting shapes now instead of having to fit into a confined like 1 or 2 blocks. So you could have, you know, like I'm thinking of like the Tetris shapes. You have a T block or, you know, your little slanted blocks. I know that its primary benefits will be seen more in building like a bridge for your nice big ship, but even still, I think like the design of not just square cockpits would be pretty interesting. Oh yes, this rover is absolutely going to have a seat for RB1. Do I just send it, I guess, and put a just 2 more cargo containers on there? I'm really not going to need that much cargo space. I have yet to produce anything that is even close to that much. But I'm just thinking about like for the wheels, you know? Yeah, I mean the cargo containers, they're really not that expensive. They're pretty cool from a detail perspective. I think we just go for it. I have all the DLCs, and I only bought the game a year ago and a half. Yeah, they're gonna make new DLCs when they do V-Rage 3. Probably, it's true, but I don't know this for a fact, but I don't think that it's coming out like soon. Right? I mean, am I wrong in thinking that? I guess I've just gotten so used to the current, like, I don't know, gaming companies announcing that their game, and then it's like, it'll be out in 5 years. Or, 25 years if you're Bethesda. Where's my display? All right. I guess, I'm like, I have half a mind to just pull up Engineered Coffee's video and just look at all the stuff that he put in between the cargo containers. I know that at one point he had a collector, which, could also work in our situation, because we don't have connectors yet, and so having a little arm that dispenses the ore into the truck. So it's a collector. Yeah, let's do it. And then somebody was saying a oxygen tank. It's funny, I think both of these have their connection points in the middle, so I think we'll just have to go like that and have the pipes come down. Oh, we got a heavy thermal storm. I think, yeah, we just gotta ride it out. I'll get some of these though, and I'll produce some more. 'Cause fortunately, we are not hurting on iron too bad. Also, I think we need construction components as well to weld up the other guy. We're gonna lose this guy. Bennett H. Bethesda lost me at Oblivion, lol. Yeah. Alright, I need to get more items. I think we have some, yeah, we have some metal grids that we got from disassembling our wind things. Some steel plates. Let's run back up there. Wow, this Explorer suit is so nice with the extra battery. Like, I'm not kidding. If you guys were here yesterday and we had all those storms, I constantly had to go and recharge, and I couldn't do anything around the base. So the fact that I haven't even recharged in a while this storm's been going on. Oh, it's so nice. I need to go back and look at that mod again. I mainly grabbed it because I wanted the NPCs to be able to have different skins. Oh crap! Hey, wait a second. Our thing did it automatically. Oh, that's a win. This one didn't, which is my fault. Okay. Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 2. Let's off, and then let's reverse these pistons. And it's destroying my scaffolding because I didn't make it out of concrete. That was my fault. You guys saw that though, right? That the event controller turned it off and separated it. Ah. Just hate the sound of exploding things. Yeah, already low on resources for sure. Oh, well that's just great. Awesome. Cool. Yeah.
Energy low. Inventory full.
Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, Justin, thank you so much. Also, I have no idea how you did that cool dancing sticker, but thank you so much. It says you are amazing. No, Justin, you are amazing. That was so funny. It just flew off into the distance. Wow, that is rough. Okay, well, I think we know which of the two wind turbine designs is superior. I think we had maybe already established that yesterday, but now I think we know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. That is pretty funny. All right, I have to kind of put this to the top of the priority list because everything else in the base depends on getting power, right? And we're already low on power. And hey, the cool thing is that worked, which means that I can extend that to the other groups too. And that feels pretty great. So I think we just get rid of this like we did over there and just grind it down to its base and go on. Ooh, yeah. Hold on. Do we have... What all do we have on? Do we have our ore taps on? No. Oh, it's because of my... yeah, it's because of these guys. I'm just gonna... Let's turn these off. Okay.
Energy critical.
Priority 1, power. Priority 2, rover. Priority 3, stick a drill on a rover. Yeah, I think that rings pretty true.
Inventory full.
Oh yeah, that's the welder that's broken. Almost out of power. Did we leave that in there? Over there? No, we didn't. See, we're figuring stuff out. Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do. Electro Pro, scrap the piston idea and use the hinge. I think that is the jury out on this. Justin said, finally caught a live stream of yours. Perfect timing. Glad you could be here. You can't add more wind turbines to your first tower? I think I might be able to add one more. Do solar panels work under concrete? I don't know. You got me thinking, Carl. I'm wondering, like, what you could do with that. What is this? Hey, you know what? I don't think that it's a heavy thermal storm, because if it was, this guy would be tilting down, right? Right? Yeah, it's an electric storm. Which is cool, because now this is kind of like an indicator of what kind of storm it is. Which I am a big fan of. Okay, let's just copy and paste what we got over there over here. And I'm gonna get the resources back from this stuff. I guess we can't exactly copy and paste it because I kind of need to cover up this hole. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep falling into it. Like I was yesterday. All right. So on that one we have the merge block and then the double hinge and then merge block on top. So we'll do that. Let's put a merge block like that. Let's have our hinge. Wait, oh, what are we talking? I think we were talking about the, wow, a lot of comments. We got a high chat rate today. Okay. You can add more returns. 4 per tower seems suitable. Honestly, if I could get a, if I can get that design with the rotor going, I think I could do even more than that, because I would have like a rotor and then I would use the piston to push a heavier weight, or maybe 2 pistons in tandem. Could be good. And yeah, we could have much larger towers. Basically, it's better to do a massive solar array farm on hinges and rotors with custom turret controllers. You think than doing these?
Critical.
I don't know. See, Carl, I don't have access to projectors right now. Tis a bummer. Yo, I don't know why RB isn't helping. Because it's technically on the same grid. He's just being lazy. Yeah, I like this idea of the garage for the turbines, and then they get welded when they're down in there. Because then it's like even if they take damage, then they can go down and then get welded back up. That could be an additional condition. Okay, so this is our. So right now it's -90. So let's have it be 0. Okay, and then this, I think, let me see. On the other one, I think the bottom hinge was our dynamic hinge, and the other one was our static. Dynamic, that one just says locked, but yeah, static. So it's tower 2, hinge, dynamic. And then this is tower 2, hinge. What did I say over there? Locked? I'll just say locked again because I'll keep the naming conventions the same. I don't want to have to go through the event controller and change it. We already got it working. And this one's lower limit is... Yeah, I think it's supposed to just stay like that. Okay. Now we have a merge block up here. You know what's funny is I'm already seeing a potential problem with this design on this side of the base. Because we built kind of close to a hill, it inclines, so it's going to limit how high I can build off of it. But I suppose we will see. Custom turret controlled solar farm is always aligned to the sun, produces more during the day than wind turbines overall. I am going to look at that right now. Oh, you know what? I don't think I actually have access to solar panels, do I? No, I have the DLC solar panels. Okay. I want to check that because the way I've always seen it is that wind turbines have just better power output. So let's go wind. Now I do have, I did want to use some solar panels, so I got a mod for these better solar arrays, which do actually have a pretty significant power output. But they cost materials that I can't make right now. Plus, I haven't researched the solar panels yet anyway. But I'm curious to fact check that thing. So with build info, it says that the power output of the wind turbine is 400. And when we go to the solar panel, it says that it is 160. Now I know that those are not the actual numbers because if we go, for example, to my wind turbine up there, I bet it's getting more than 400. Yeah, so this one's getting 457. Yeah. So I would need to have a much larger footprint for a build to have as many solar panels as I need to just have one wind turbine. And since I have the stackable wind turbines, I don't even think an argument could really be made there. All right. So let's try to see how far out we can build this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I did over there. And then we had the wind turbines. One. I think, have we already hit our limit here? Yep. I think that corner over there, it just doesn't it doesn't want to be there. Yeah, also wind turbines work at night. So they have like 4 times the power output. They're smaller and they like smaller footprint to get the same amount of power. And then they also work 24/7 rather than solar panels which only work at a certain part of the day. So yeah, solar panels kind of suck when you're on a planet with atmosphere, but they're the only option when you're in space. Aren't you going to make a garage for them anyway, so you could dig out the space? It's true. I was planning on doing that. Okay. Alright. I really hate messing with the voxels. Because I hate when you have just a lumpy voxels around your base.
Energy low.
But you're right. I was planning on building a garage anyway. So this will just make it so when I look at it later on, I will be reminded of that. And... oh. Not yet. All right, there we go. Mad Mammon, you have to take in consideration for both wind turbines, like weather for the panels and alignment to the sun. Yeah, I was taking that into consideration. You'd have to, your solar panels aren't going to be able to, like, again, it's 160 versus the wind turbines. Let me just do the vanilla one. I'm pretty sure they're the same, but just for argument's sake. Oh, it was on my hotkey already. Versus the 400. So even with like perfect alignment on this, it's not going to get to 400. And so at night it doesn't work, so instantly cut it in half. And then during storms they don't work because the storm blocks out the sun, whereas with wind turbines they get more power during storms. So wind is superior in this battle.
Energy critical.
Lift the hinge a little. Yeah, I guess I probably could have done that, but I already dug it out. Okay, let's add in our scaffolding or our catwalks. Yeah, catwalk. We got stairs. Yeah, that's the same. Then we have it go here. Yeah. I should have grabbed this stairs. Nope. Other stairs. And then, how do we do it on this side? Same stairs twice to a half catwalk with a rail. So like that, and then we had to put a little scaffolding block thing. Something like this. Wait, was it this? What did we use? Oh, just a light armor panel. Like that. And let's go back to the stairs. Boom. See, now this would be a situation where having something that had a welding arm on it would be very helpful. But I do not have that. Because I am a broke boy that doesn't have enough resources. Although I will say that so far, having gotten that nickel, it has helped immensely. I can also always run back over to the broken wind turbines on the ground over there and grab the components from these guys. It's true. I should actually. That's a great idea. I should do that. with the neon. I'm rewatching your NSS series, and it's great, dude. Glad to see you up and running. I'm glad you are enjoying it.
Inventory full.
I feel like this this wind turbine solar panel, not really fiasco, but debate is interesting because it leads to a second question, which is, when you play Space Engineers, how many people play? You know, I'm actually gonna do it as a poll. I wanna see. So, start a poll. Let's do. Space or planet? Space, planet. I want to see what your guys is. What you guys do usually. There you go. It's funny because most of the time I play on a planet, and I have to I try to work my way up to getting to space. But I think I've seen other people that do it the opposite way, where it's like you are in space and then you try to work your way to a planet because it has more, I don't know, resources. I don't know. I don't really know what what the gameplay loop looks like when you start in space. Because I'm thinking, like, you know, in my mind, the progression of the game is closely tied to your ability to craft different vehicles. And in space, you obviously don't need rovers unless you're on a planet. And then, you know, you're usually using like ion thrust, which is a high-cost thruster, because you need components that require like rare metals. And so that always to my mind, it always seems like atmosphere is tier 1, hydrogen is tier 2, and then ion is like tier 3. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible to hook up the hinges to an event controller when the weather is bad. That's actually what we currently have going on. So when we get those storms coming through, we have our wind turbines drop down out of the way, and we have our little walkways go up. So when it takes damage, I can walk over to it like I'm doing over here and repair it. So far we have 70% planet, 30% space. Interesting. Let's see what people are saying about the difference. I like MES, modular encounter spawner, on planets. Once in space, you can do what you want. If you work on planets, you need to fight gravity and such. Yeah, ain't that the truth? That was one of the big things about Helgen, as I'm sure you guys remember. It was the 3 times gravity. I liked the challenge because I liked the designs that it kind of forced you to do. I wanted to do more stuff with like VTOL, but it just I think it's been fixed in several updates since then, so maybe I could try it again. But the subgrid drift when you had 3 times gravity was rough. So you could never just stay in place with your dampeners. Like, you were always gliding to one side or the other. That's why most of the turtles didn't have like I didn't do hinges for the welders and grinders. I like made an entirely different ship that had grinders or welders facing forward or down, depending on what I was trying to make, which I think worked out. Like overall, it was cool to have these like very specific and different tools. It kind of reminds me of, you know, tools in real life. Like you have so many different types of saws that functionally are very similar, right? It's a circle blade with teeth that just, you know, rip through your board or whatever. But you have like a chop saw, you have a table saw. I guess a planer is different, but yeah, you have all these different orientations of the same functional piece. Okay, I think that we are ready to put Tower 2 in place. Let me just make sure that I think these are labeled, right? No, because okay, so this is Tower 2, merge, block, base, and this is Tower 2, merge, block. Oh, what did I say on the other one? Did I just put tower? Probably. Not the best at naming stuff. And let's reverse this. We want it to be 2.
Energy low.
There we go. Tower is back up. Wouldn't that be Tower 3? No. This is Tower 2 because it's on the base. I think if you're referring to the one at the whatever it's called, the iron mine, I think that would be something separate. And let's get some water. So on, the pressure off, close this door, open the helmet, and such a process just to drink some water. Reminds me of Stationeers. That game is tough. It's really cool though. It's cool because it definitely feels really rewarding whenever you accomplish something. Even just the small things, you feel like the smartiest person in the world. Okay, so now what I want to do is I guess, do I just set it up with the same timer block or event controller, or we have the research done for the timer blocks. I just need to build the NPC's other room in order to unlock it. And I feel like if I do it that way, then I can continue to just add stuff to the timer block. You know what? No. Let's do what we are trying to do right now. So this is, let's go to Tower 2. And I guess I don't need to merge them or make a group out of them. So let's go to this, set up actions. So we have it on the left side, it's on. Right side it's off. So let's go to, I don't think the light really matters anymore. So this is the base, merge block base. So
energy critical.
Merge block base, on, off. Okay.
No energy.
Goodness, how am I losing energy so quickly? All of a sudden. Hey, Beeble Bum, what's up? Oh, Beeble Raid. Hey, guys. Create groups in each new tower. You can just add the parts to the group. Ah, that's a good point. Alright, that's what I'll do. And I guess I can do it from the comfort of my cryopod. So let's do tower. So let's put the dynamic hinges together. Towers. Hinge. Dynamic. Oh, you know what is interesting though about doing that? I wonder if, because I'm not using the reverse command, I'm using the set to position. And so now I have to make sure that the, yeah, no, I'm not going to do this right now. I'd have to make it so I'd have to make sure I pay attention to the hinges. And while that seems like something that I should be able to do as a grown man, it's not. I don't trust myself to remember like which way the hinge is supposed to face because I'm not using reverse. So what I'm gonna do later is I'm gonna put them all into a timer group to do exactly that. But then like make a timer block for each tower, and then put all of those timers in a group. And so then it will trigger it, but each one will be individually customizable for each tower. I don't know if I explained that well, but that's kind of my thought process. So regardless of how everything is oriented, it'll work independently for each tower. So going back to the thing, I need to go to the event controller, storm warning, set up actions. So on off, which means that this is whatever the angle is of the dynamic hinge when it's supposed to be on its stand. Like it is right now. So its current angle is 90. Set up actions. So the tower 2 dynamic. Rotate to angle 90. Set velocity 2. And label 90. Then we go to hinge dynamic like that, and we rotate to angle 0. You know, I might have done this wrong before, even though it's working now, but I think what I was supposed to do is set velocity to -2. Is that? I didn't do this last time, and it's currently working over there, but I'm thinking that... Nope, I was wrong. At least it tells me I'm wrong. I appreciate that. Okay, and set label to 0. All right, so now we have both towers set up independently. And they should do the same thing whenever we get that storm. Theoretically. Well, I guess we can right now go and check. So when it's like the cyan color when it's activated on the left side, and it's the dark blue color when it's activated on the right side. And right now it's cyan. And yeah. I guess we're going to find out regardless whenever a storm comes through. Okay. Power is back over here. Still lacking power over at the iron mine, but this is what we're working with right now. We're about to get our rover up and running again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's so funny, the idea of just like walking back over here and then just floop, just watching them just fall into place, or I guess out of place. Got a lot of broken stuff around the base. All right, back to this project. We put the collector on the top. Oh, I don't know if that's what I wanted to do. Doing some... Come on. Oh, dude. Just... There we go. All right. We were also talking about... I think we were talking about putting an O2 tank on here. And we'll just pipe it through to that. Did you guys know? I did not know this. So just, you might have already known this, but I definitely didn't. For all the hours, thousands of hours I have in Space Engineers, if you're looking at a small grid, it turns to whatever block you have selected turns to small grid. If you look at large grid, it then turns to large grid, and so it can make it a little annoying when you're trying to like grab the components for small grid. When you go to your large grid thing and you middle mouse button, you're grabbing the components for the large grid block. And then what I've always done is just go back into the hotbar and press it again, and then it switches it back to the small grid. But I have to move my hand out of WASD position to do that. Did you know that you can actually just press R and it'll switch it back? So no movement necessary for your hand. I know that's like a silly little thing, but that was huge when I found that out. These thumbnails are such clickbait. People bum. It wasn't meant to be clickbait. I'm saying we're recovering from from our mistakes yesterday, and that was one of the big mistakes yesterday. Clickbait. Now, I will agree with you on the ones that said like progress. that was unintentional clickbait, because I always come in with a really like positive attitude that we're gonna get a lot more done today than we did yesterday, but up until recently that has not been the case. But I feel like we are starting to get to a position where we can not be in dire straits all the time. Still most of the time. Oh, I think I already have that on my hotbar. Alright. I did. It's gone now. I always forget which way is like forward on the thing. Yeah, I think we'll just put one there. Multiple gyros. Need that roll authority. Yeah, I think you're right. We definitely need more gyroscopes. I think... Because I kind of want to put armor panels over these, so I think I'll keep it recessed. What other functional block do I want? I don't think I want like an H2O2 generator. Because I'm not really... maybe. I'm not getting ice right now, but in the future I could, and maybe at that point I'll be like, man, I wish I had one of those in my car. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Yeah. Well, you know, I actually, if I wanted to, I could just flop them on like that. Do I need two, though? Definitely not. I don't even know if I need the one. That's all right. Maybe I'll just put the cockpit right there. The cab. It's kind of unfortunate because the way that the connectors line up, or the things line up. I could put it there. Or I'm trying so hard to come up with something unique instead of just doing exactly what what Engineered Coffee did. But the double cab cockpit would mean that RB1 or any of our other like drones or bots would be able to roll with us wherever we go. But I was kind of digging the idea of the asymmetry. Also, it reminds me a little bit of the truck in Satisfactory. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this, and yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Like, oh, you know what's kind of interesting? So I was thinking maybe... See, if we leave this gap in the middle, I could actually put like hinges here and turn this into... This is like where a tool arm could go. Interesting. Well... Yeah, because right now my thought is I'll do this and I'll just use the conveyors to have the pipes go backwards and plug into this spot right here. So don't want to ask where the old Rover is. It is currently upside down over in a field. We're gonna go get him. And by go get him, I mean we're gonna have a grinder in hand and go get him. The 5x5 wheels just didn't work for this build. We had so many issues with it. Do a conveyor or a converter on the collector, then place the H2O2 gen flat on that and the cockpit in front. The cockpit, we wouldn't be able to orient this so that the cockpit could be on that, but I think my thought right now is to do the conveyor converter and have it right here, and then have the pipes go from here down across and up. have them. Just in case we want to do anything fun with that later. Sorry, flash warning. Assuming it's still alive after all the storms. Good point. That is assuming that it didn't just get eviscerated. Isn't there a command to check the center of mass? It's not a command. It's in the it's actually in the info tab. You can go to show center of mass right there. Right now it's kind of partial to the left side, but mostly it's doing all right. All right. So I think that's mostly what we need for that. Okay, I do want to put like a fun little passenger seat. But I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is instead of putting it like a whole nother cockpit, I can just put like a bench seat somewhere. I need to remember about the additional gyroscopes. Oh, actually, you know what would be kind of funny? I'm going to... Here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a bench seat like off the front right here, so he can just be sitting next to us, but just on a couch. I kind of wish that this was 3 blocks, but that's all right. Let's do this just in case I want to put a tool in the middle. My late night snack dinner is on the way, so lurking. Well, I appreciate the lurking. I hope you enjoy the late night snack. If you convert a small port with shield to connect to cockpit, yeah. No, this would be the absolute worst. Definitely not approved by any safety like body company or agency, but it will be fun for our boy. Well, I think it'll be fun. Okay, now let's think about this wheel placement. So I'm gonna pull this piston up. Let's reduce the maximum. I'll slowly increase that until I feel like it's good. Let's increase it a little bit. Okay. So we said wide wheelbase. Wide wheelbase. The funny thing is that with the size of this one, I don't know if the 5x5s are actually too big anymore. Oh, that was my left side. Whoops. Hate it when I do that. Left side. Nah. Yeah, I think there's not any disadvantages for using the short ones, right?
Energy critical.
I don't think so. I think they have the same performance. So is this where it goes? Like right underneath the seat? Hold on. I'm gonna place some blocks so I can know. So it's yeah, 1 2 1 2. yeah, I wouldn't want to sit in that seat either. That's pretty funny. Ah, but I feel like that wheelbase is actually way too big, or way too wide. I don't know. Is it just that the thing is too wide? Right? Like that feels pretty chonky, but I guess maybe when I look from the sides, it's not. Could I get away with going one more block in? I don't know. Yeah, no, you're fine. Remember, we're trying to anti-roll. Yeah, it's true. We are trying to anti-roll. Welcome back, people bomb. Okay. Alright, for the sake of the anti-rolling, I will keep it at this distance. And, I think I did this last time. I made it to where I should have pushed it further a bit more to be able to place these back wheels. Ooh, you know, would be cool is if I had instead of keep like destroying and rebuilding this, if I had like a track on the top, and so I could just have it on hinges, or not hinges, but have pistons, and so I can like move it around. That'd be kind of fun. But I don't have that right now, and I need to get this rover working. So how am I going to push this forward? Oh, I guess I could rotate it. Ugh, how do we feel about that? I don't feel super great about it, but let's just do it. We won't be able to get the right wheel on, but we can get the left one on, and then with the 3 I should be able to drive forward and put the last one on, I think. But you know what? I could actually, I mean, yeah, if I get rid of this, I might be able to spin it the other way and get the other wheel on. We will make attempts to do that. So the right wheel. think I'm actually gonna bring this out a bit more. Because what I want to do is I want to put the tank treads on here, because I think that would be really cool. Yeah. I may have to extend the roof a little when you get the drills. Yeah, I think I want to, like, I've been wanting to make more buildings, but I've been so caught up in trying to just make sure that my resource gain is more than my resource usage. And I have yet to get to that point. I think we're close now, but we are still, it's not automated. So I still have to go around and collect them. Hence why the rover is important. But I think once we get the rover going and it's in a good spot, at that point we can start thinking about expanding the base, building a proper garage, the fun stuff. Not that building a rover isn't the fun stuff. Yeah, piston jack stand would be a good idea. Yeah, I want to get like a welding floor / wall or a welding something so I can just drive on it, project it, and get everything working again. Alright, let's try to swing it to the other side. I think it's probably gonna hit those stairs, but we'll try. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that thing is clanging out. I don't trust this, not even a little bit. So I am leaving this behind, and we'll just do the tricycle rover thing for a second. Okay, where are my wheels? And let's do strength to be pretty high. All right, and what I'll actually do is just slap a piston on this thing, maybe in here with a little landing gear on it, and it'll lift up the whole guy. Let's get this stuff finished welding. It said one of these wasn't. There we go. Okay, so piston. We'll put it right. I think right there is probably good. Welding roof is probably the best option. Maybe. Yeah, especially because in this specific playthrough, we are mostly taking damage from the top down, so it probably is a good idea to be repaired from the top down as well. We want a landing gear. One of these guys.
Energy low.
Greetings, how's it going? Yeah, the great iron shortage of streams 2 and 3. Yeah, this time it's not iron. It was nickel for a while, which I don't know if in my space engineer's career I've ever felt like, man, you know what I really need? More nickel. It always felt like iron was the problem. I've definitely felt that way about silicon, for sure, because doing Windows, you're like, man, why is this such a problem? Okay, let's, I guess I can leave this switch lock on. These are the wrong block anyway, so we'll get rid of those. Okay. This isn't... I think this is just a heat wave, right? Because these haven't gone down. No, this is electric storm. An expandable weld frame can work for mobile vehicles. Alright. Oh, you know what else we need? Lights. I didn't even think about that. Alright, let's go to our batteries and turn them on and turn them to auto. That was recharge on and off. There we go. Alright, so we are able to move. We're missing a leg here. Alright, and let's park, and now let's do this piston. Reverse, and this merge block, or not merge block, switch lock that thing. Okay. Well, we don't get a ton of distance on it, but I think it'll be enough to put the additional wheels on. So on the left side, we want off wheel short. Let's expand this out to... There's that one, and then... Alright, and on the left side, like that. And then we can get our tank track builder, and on neutral. What are you talking about? It's not a neutral thing, it's mine. Hey, thanks, People Bum. Don't forget to show some love. Appreciate it, man. Light armor? What's that? It's the only thing that I have. It's all I own. The only thing I have in my name. Light armor. I can't build heavy armor yet. I also don't have cobalt. I mean, I have some cobalt from heavy armor that we had at the start of the game, but I haven't found cobalt, and I can't research it yet until I have my production facilities up. It's so funny because like I'm pretty late. I mean, not late, but I'm into this series already. I feel like we're almost in the double digits on episodes, and I had all these plans for, like, you know, my iron factory, which I will get to. I underestimated how long it would take. I always do. I've never overestimated the amount of time it would take to do something. It is always a gross underestimation. Alright, can we do this now? Okay. Apparently not. I need to turn steering off on these back wheels. I also need to name the wheels so it's not like 1,000 characters long. Wheel, front, left. Wheel, front, right. Wheel, mid, left. I know this is just super exciting content right here. Wheel, back, left. Wheel, back, right. Wheel, mid, right. There we go. Alright, now let's head back into the cockpit and put our wheels together. And now let's set up these back ones and these mid ones to not turn. Should they not turn at all, or should we just like reduce the steering angle by a bit? Let's just reduce it. We'll try 10. Alright, and I think we should probably... Man, I want the programmable block so I can have the driver-assisted program just running. Okay, probably also need to adjust the speed. So... Speed limit. Let's drop that down to like 80. Okay, that seems pretty good. Don't forget to... Well, I don't think that the front brakes are going to be a problem in this circumstance. We were really front heavy on the last one. But our batteries are primarily in the back now. Yeah, that was... I just braked and we didn't move forward even a little bit. So we're good on that. But I appreciate the reminder. Okay, let's find a spot for our additional gyroscopes. Until you put your drills on. That's a good point. Well, so my thought for the drill is actually, instead of doing what we were doing previously, where we had the drill off the front, I know that I left a spot to do that, but my thought wasn't to have the big extended arm on it. We might do that if we do like a trailer, but my thought is actually to have a, here, let me just go into spectator mode and show you. So, you see how there's like a channel on the top between the two cargo containers? I was originally thinking about putting armor there, but now I'm almost wondering if I could put a subgrid with hinges, and it will lay flat in that little groove, but then it will articulate, and it will go vertical. I will lock the rover down on the ground, and then it will just bore a hole straight down using pistons and drills, like underneath where the rover is. And then once we get to the distance of the pistons, we retract them, set the thing back into its like locked position, and then continue to drive. That's my current thought right now. I guess I really didn't do myself any favors with this, though. Maybe I should switch this now that we're kind of up higher. I can switch this to be out front here, or I guess out bottom here, and just go to this spot. Yeah, that's what I think I will do. Oops. I get you. Creating a channel on each side. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go like this. Alright, I don't want to forget about the gyros, though. I was planning on putting some additional gyros on this thing. Maybe I could put the seats back here, so that way it's not as awful for RB1 and any other additional friends that we have along the way. Yeah, and then I can also, when the time comes to put like a turret controller or a programmable block, I'll just leave this spot open for that. Yeah. And then I want to have a... What's the best way I can do this? I was thinking about doing a ramp, but I think I'd prefer to just do a ladder, and I'll figure out how I want to set up this stuff in the underneath. I know it's ugly. It is not a pretty sight right now, but hopefully I will be able to iterate and make it a little bit better. But first, I need it to function. I guess maybe instead I'll do this. Whoa, seriously? That's the hitbox for the ladder? That's dumb. That's so unnecessary. That feels crazy to me. All right, well, I don't no, because that'll mess up my plans for the huge drill thing. I just want to be able to get up there. Well, I guess I am doing a ramp. For the time being. The woes of not having a jetpack. Well, I do technically have a jetpack, so I can do this. Oh. Well, that was fun while it lasted, I guess. Just instantly. Yeah, with the rotor or something. Yeah. I want to set this up. Yeah, I still have the piston underneath. What are you talking about? Gyroscope. I just want to orient them the same way. So that one has the thing in the back. Right. RB1, are you so excited to go on a road trip? Okay, can we do this now? Yes, yes. Okay, so how do I choose which? Ah, there we go. Ooh. So many options. I don't know which one I want to do. What's the difference between these two? They look exactly the same. Let's just do the tiger one. Whoa. That's pretty sweet. Now it's funny, now this wheel looks like it's just very small in comparison. Now I almost feel like, I wonder. Nope, I can't. Oh. That's fun. Good luck with the build. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You never thought you'd be able to catch a Mad Mavin stream? Well, I'm glad you were able to. Glad you're here. Okay. Let's see. Let's not get too distracted. We have accomplished. Oh, I have to weld these up. But then we've kind of accomplished this mission, and then we'll go to the next thing, which was to recover with a grinder the resources from our flipped over previous rover. And then I think I'm gonna go run and maybe grab some additional nickel and silicon. All right, let's well, you know what? No, Maybe. No. Nope. Not gonna do it. Alright. Oh, wait. Before we go,
Critical.
RB1, come with me, my friend. Yeah, let's go. Get in the car. You're sitting right here, right in front. Look at him. He's so excited. He's just ready to go. Oh, yeah. Let's go, man. Oh, hey, look. The back wheels don't rotate anymore. Makes sense because of how it is. Yeah, I need to put like fenders or something on this thing. It just, I mean, the wide wheelbase is definitely nice, and when I want to put some more industrial tooling on it, it'll be good. But yeah, it is basically a platform with wheels. Don't. Okay. Okay. Whew. I didn't put any O2 in the tank, unfortunately. I did not. I see why you asked that question, though, because it looks like I'm going to run out of O2. Yeah, it definitely does. Surprised this thing's still going. Dang it. I don't have a lot of time. And if I get out in the sandstorm... Hold on.
Fuel.
Yeah, it's an inferno. I don't know if that burns through my oxygen faster. Or just my power. Those have to be fast.
Inventory full.
You know, unless I crush myself under a rover.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yeah, man, we're doing it. We're taking apart the old rover.
Inventory full.
Hey, small rover, how does it make you feel, Mavin? Just built a new rover. I think that after having some time upside down, this little rover knew that he could be rebuilt into something more beautiful. It was not this rover's fault. It was my fault. I created an imperfect design.
Inventory full.
Plus, this thing was it was 2 cargo containers with 4 wheels and a battery. Like this thing's got a lot more bells and whistles. We went from like a 1992 hand-me-down Ford Fiesta to like a nice Cadillac. Alright, let's increase the strength a bit. maybe like 12. And I think we can increase the speed limit just a touch because we were moving pretty slow. There we go. I'm kind of curious, how much of my inventory has that taken? Not even one cargo container, and we have 4 of them. Yeah. Just wait, Clang will come. Why? First off, rude. Second off, why would Clang come after this guy? There's no... I currently don't even have any subgrids on this thing. Clang is partial to subgrids. Do not let your attachments to success in the past prevent you from finding greater success in the future. That should be a tattoo on my forehead. Great advice, Justin.
Fuel critical.
All right. Yeah, man. Good job. You're doing great. Here, let's set up a patrol for you, man. You seem to be missing some stuff. Here, go here, and then here, and then here, there, back here, up here. Like that. And the finishing name, route for RB1, accept. There you go, RB1. Now we can get around the base. Alright, let's, yeah, I do need a bigger garage. Let's head back downstairs and figure out what the next plan is, because as it stands right now, we now have a rover. We now have some supplies, and we've kind of, I think we've done a lot of the stuff that we had on our to-do list. Okay, let's check. Edit. So build a new rover. We did that. Yeah, we wanted to add the unloading arm. Ooh, yeah, we also wanted to have, so I should would event on the rover, are there lights on the rover? No. So let's do that. So add lights. And what was the other one? On an event. Yes. The vent would give oxygen, but we kind of made a little bit of a rule because I didn't want to do that. So I'm gonna make sure it's like ice. We have an oxygen tank right now, and I've been filling it up or doing stuff with the vent, but yeah. I realized I didn't use any nouns in that description, but here we are. Welders, lights, that's fine. We ground down the old rover. We did do power and battery. Well, battery, not batteries. We haven't done that, and we haven't done that. All right, let's. I definitely want to add the lights. I think I'll hold off on the welder and the unloading arm for a second, because I'd like to start working on this, because this has been on the to-do list forever, and this will make everything with our iron thing better. So let's put this to the done list. Put this to the done list. And then add just Rover upgrades. Okay, so conveyors for iron mine is next. Oh, and I should also add the larger garage. I also forgot. Let's have a power or a wind tower. Because right now we just keep running over there and repairing them, but it would be nice if we actually had our setup that we have over here. Whew. Look at us. Look at us. Doing the thing. Yeah, I definitely want to make it so we can come in here and not have to worry about our car here. So I'm not going to be super fancy with it yet. We have high hopes for fanciness in the future. But as it stands right now, I just want to make sure that I have a spot that I can, in a storm, run to and make sure that my rover doesn't get just destroyed.
Fuel critical.
Yeah. So like that, and let's expand this side out too. I'm kind of thinking what I want to do is, instead of pulling it up and backing it up into this spot, I might actually just come in and drive the way I did, because all of our stuff that we go to is kind of that way. So we'll drive in, and then we can pull out forward and then turn around. Yeah, I'll do one more. It's funny, I did not think in this playthrough that the catwalks, originally when I was designing it, I knew once I started adding the AI enabled that it would be more important, but I did not think that catwalks were going to be one of the main staples of this build style. But they're relatively cheap to build. They are pretty solid with their integrity. I should really make a maybe another cargo container right there so I can grab components while I'm up there. Perhaps. Let's see. Love the catwalk aesthetic also. Yeah, I think when done right, and I'm not claiming to have done it right, but yeah, I think that they are pretty cool blocks because they have a lot of detail on them, and so they can add a lot to a base in multiple like stages of being welded. And because they're kind of like flat versus a lot of the other blocky components, they add a lot of different shapes that you can't otherwise get with just armor blocks, right? You have definitely done it right. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just construction components. So I just, yeah, let's put some more of these, some more of these, and some more of these. I don't know what RB1's doing right now. Yeah, man. I was just calling you. What are you doing? What you up to? I don't want to jinx anything today, but it seems like things are going well. I also don't want to jinx anything today, but I think I would agree. Especially compared to yesterday. That was just... That's going to haunt my nightmares. I have no idea how we got that unlucky. Because later on in the stream, it went back to normal. But, like, just the first, like, 75% of the stream, it was bad storm after bad storm after bad storm. I questioned the temporary turbine towers at first, but now it looks fire. Wow, thank you. I think it looks all right for what I need it to do right now, but later on I definitely want to have a vamped up version that has a few more bells and whistles on it, make it look a little bit cooler. Because at the beginning, the towers that I had at the beginning, I actually liked a lot more. I spent a ton of time designing those, but they didn't end up working out. That's what happens. But I'm glad you guys think that they're cool, because this is exactly why I like Space Engineers so much as like a I mean it's a game, but it's kind of like, it's more like a platform, like a engine, I guess, because with all these mods and things changing how you interact with the world, it changes what you need to do for building, right? Like, most people don't need to have wind turbines that hinge down and go out of the way, so that way, you know, storms don't do damage from them because they're tall. So because we add just different parameters, it changes how you engineer things. You have to overcome problems in a different way, and that's what I wanted from this series to begin with. And so I'm glad that it's coming out in certain little ways.
Energy low.
Alright, this will be last part of the roof, and then we'll go back to getting the other stuff underway. I also actually want to put these guys underneath like I did previously. See, this is another thing that makes me excited about the unified grid system, or building system or whatever, with VRH 3, because we can have a ramp like this, right? And then up here I could just have catwalks, right? Even though it's a half block up, because it's all that like tiny little grid piece, I can just put this right there and keep it going, and it would look great. What do you need to get a new ore tap at the nickel or silicon? I need to finish building the actual iron facility. So we need to... I haven't made all of the I haven't made all the requirements for something to be considered like a full-blown factory. I do know it at least needs to have its own refinery on it. And so then what we would do is we would like have this building, we drive in there with a truck, we have the refined iron, and then we ship it back to our manufacturing place. Alright, let's grab some food and some water, and let's close this. Open this and eat. You got a Discord for us to give you build ideas. I do have a Discord. I can, while I'm chowing down, I can drop a link to it. There you go. There's the Discord.
Fuel critical.
You gotta have a set of guidelines, rule sets for this scenario for me to follow when trying it out. Yeah, I know. I need to write it all out. I have the first part of it written out, which is like what each NPC requires. But yeah, I didn't write out the factory parts yet. And there were, I also had other ideas for I don't know. I don't want it to get like too convoluted, but I had this thought where you would have like if you have, I don't know, 10 NPCs. In order to get the 11th NPC, you also have to have a beyond just your habitat buildings, you also have to have like I don't know, at number 10, let's just say it was like a spaceport. So you need to have a certain number of connectors or something, just so you have these build parameters that you're like, okay, how am I going to incorporate like the 3 connectors? And, you know, it needs to have landing lights and all that kind of stuff. And then you can go on and get your 11th NPC, which gets you more research, and then you kind of go from there. And so just as the game continues, you have all of these additional buildings that there's no really need for in Space Engineers by itself, but just adding in those gameplay elements make it so as you go, you start seeing a really cool base come together. Hello, number 1 fan. How's it going? Alright, let's close the helmet. Oh, I already did that. Close the helmet, depressurize, and block off. Okay, open this. What I want to do is extend this spot out a bit, so put these trusses back. I guess it wouldn't be a terrible thing for it to actually be covered underneath this. Wait, how did I set it up before? Oh, did I? I think I actually probably put this block down first. Like that. And then I put the offset trusses. Like that. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave that open right there, and yeah, I'll leave this one open too. And that one open. Because I want to use those new spotlight blocks. Okay, this needs to be brought out a bit. Oh, I'm just going to do these corner pieces out of concrete because I don't want to just continually have to repair these blocks that are purely decorative. Ooh, actually, check this out. I think, well, so I wanted to move. Man, I am indecisive right now. That's fine. I'll get that in a second. Alright, let's put this block. Maybe I'll have to move the stairs, but that's okay. Yeah, definitely gonna have to move the stairs. But here's what I'm thinking. Because I want to be able to drive through here, I'll have these ones going this way, but then I'll switch it and I'll have this going this way. That doesn't look as cool as I thought it would because it's not on the same. That's a bit of a bummer. Oh, there goes that plan. I was really excited about that. Okay. That's alright. Let's move the car out of the way. Oh, sorry, RB1. Oh, hey, man. Awesome job. So what are also the increased food requirements per colonists? Oh yeah, I mean I don't have that set up, but that is definitely something that could be done. If I had the programming skills to make it into a mod or I don't know, make a game out of it, that would be pretty fun. But right now I'm kind of just doing everything manually with like pen and paper. So there is a limit to what you want to manage by hand. So I definitely wasn't like, okay, this is how much food production. Like this is how much each person eats at any given time. I guess you could generalize it, where you could just say like 5 colonists you need to have this many like farms. See, now you got me thinking. Nah, I think I'm gonna move this out because I want to be able to drive through the middle and I don't want to run into a pillar. Oh, wait, what is... Come on, we can do this. Alright, I'll be able to get that off the scaffolding.
Inventory full.
Oh, I'm getting sound issues, people. Which is it? My microphone? Is it the music or is it the gameplay? Are you trying the scrapyard scenario? Because I have the same issue with containers not being able to make it on a loose grid. I've played a little bit of the scrapyard scenario. I do think it's a lot of fun. I haven't done obviously anything on YouTube with it, but I actually really like that scenario because I like taking builds that already exist and then just kind of like refurbishing them and turning them into something new. I feel like I have a hard time just creating something entirely unique off the top of my head, but if I have a frame of reference to work with, then I can kind of try to copy that style and take the rules that I see there and then try to apply it over, you know, other components that get added to whatever the build is. Like when I was doing Scrapyard just on my own, I had this car that I just loved. I thought it was so cool. It was like this truck, and I worked on it all the time and made like, you know, when you first get it, it's like got, you know, one wheel and half it's rusted off and there's holes everywhere, but then you restore it and then you turn it into something even better. The music is cracking. Okay, let me turn off the music for a sec, and let's mute it on my OBS. Give it a second to recalibrate. I think sometimes what happens is the music, or if anything gets a little bit too loud and it peaks the meter, then it starts crackling on YouTube. I think that's why the research mod always, whenever we get close to it, it must be at some kind of, I don't know what it would be, decibel, pitch, something that throws off the whole system.
Fuel critical.
All right, let's switch this and this to be this, and stairs. I guess I could put the stairs right there. And then get rid of that. And man, it is quiet without that music. I feel like I'm standing in front of a class just like not able to answer a question on the board. Let's try to turn that back on. All right. My end goal for that scenario was getting to space and building a self-sufficient scrap ship. The Maw. Well, I definitely like the scrap ship's name. But yeah, that sounds like a fun time. So this kind of goes back to our previous like question that's still on the chat, which is do you start on a planet or do you start on a start out on space? Obviously for that one it seems like starting out on the planet makes the most sense because, well, I don't even know if you could play that. Can you play that one on or out in space? I guess stuff could spawn in space and then you can just grab it. But yeah, there's actually more people in the chat are saying, I mean, it's still 61 for planet, but that was not what I expected. I thought it was going to be more. So for all of my space engineers, all of the people who start out in space and do most of their gameplay out there, what do you do like for progress? Or is it mostly just, it's not about the progress of upgrading technologies, it's more about the progress of just building cool stuff? I'm interested to know. Ooh, scrapyard in space has large grid and defense. Oh. That sounds interesting. I did not know that. It turns out Mav's hidden talent will be a cappella show tunes. Yeah, that would be bad for literally everyone. Yeah, none of us want that. Alright, let's do these lights. Yeah, they're here. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to vote. Building cool stuff for sure. Planetary outposts. I wander aimlessly and glom onto wreck spawn from MES. Huh. What else? Suit only start and scavenging. That seems like it would be kind of tough. But also sounds kind of fun. But see, here's my question though, right? So you start out suit only and you get to the scavenging, and I think at the beginning, right? Like there's got to be that like everything that I get from here on out is just an awesome upgrade, right? But what happens when you get like a ship that's got a ton of uranium and a jump drive and everything that you could need on it? What do you do at that point? Because I definitely like the struggle start, right? I mean, we all know that. But I'm curious, like where's the gameplay loop for you after the suit only start, and you get that big ship that has all the stuff you need? I use the scrapyard for my scrapyard mod for my Proxima Beyond playthrough. Oh. I was watching your Proxima Beyond playthrough. I guess I didn't catch that. But then again, I didn't know that scrapyard was in space, so probably why I didn't catch it. But you have to have like a starter rover shuttle. Well, there is a starter space ship thing that you can get. think what I'll want to do in the future is I'll put a block down here, and then we'll just turn that into, we'll make it like a proper parking spot so we're not at an angle. But yeah, I think we're doing all right with that. Gotta mine each planet for its goodies and build the infrastructure to get back to space-based. Sounds pretty sweet. That rarely happens though, to find that kind of ship. Maybe I didn't do a suit only start. I did I think I did like just the space pod start, but I remember just flying around and then I came across this just absolutely wild, huge like freighter ship that had a bunch of like refineries and assemblers, and I mean it was enormous. It was a cool looking ship and I thought it was really awesome, but I was like, well, we beat the game, but maybe it also might have been modded. I don't know. Continue building space stations around the system. Protect. Yeah, Prototech is the new endgame. Yes, Prototech. I am excited to engage with some Prototech stuff. But at my current rate of moving, it's not going to be happening very soon. Okay, that's an electric storm, so we're not in too much danger there. Let's, what time is it? Alright, I probably only have time for one more project. So I'm thinking, should I do the conveyors or should I do the wind tower at the mine? You think I have room to do a half block floor? Let us see. It'd be pretty tight on the roof, or on the top of the car. Because I do want to eventually be able to like put it on a jack and move it up so I can work on the tires. So yeah, I'll probably use a drill or voxel, like the voxel tool, to bring that down. And then yeah, I'd rather have it just be the next block down. Anyone else watch Ryoden? He started out with Scrapyard and then eventually swapped to vanilla encounters with Wellington's build restrictions. Yeah. Use light armor panels. Yeah. I don't like building with the light armor panels very much because the texture on them doesn't they don't blend. It's just the same texture over and over and over again. I know that you can like change them to be like a different texture. I guess concrete wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, even still, I think I'm gonna stick with the plan of mining it down and then putting the blocks where I want them to go. Alright, I'm gonna do the wind turbines because without the wind turbines we can't get anything from the iron anyway. And so as far as like my order of operations, I'm trying to be better at prioritizing the thing that makes gathering resources possible. So we're gonna need 2 hinges. Okay, and I'm actually just gonna bring this stuff for another hinge because I always feel like for some reason RB1, for all of his many good qualities, steals my resources frequently, and I don't know if I have enough in actuality. I didn't put an air vent on my truck yet. We're not doing the depressurizing the outside air. I have an oxygen tank on my base, so maybe what we do is just convert this to small grid and then have a small grid connector, like the 2 small connectors, and get the oxygen that way. Okay, now I need to do hinge parts. You know what, let's just do it this way. Assembler, hinge part, and then let's do wind turbine. You know what I'm thinking about with this? Well, first off, battery would be helpful. But one of the other things I'm thinking about is I think we're going to have to make 2 towers. As it stands right now, we have 3 wind turbines on each tower. I think we could probably increase that to 4. But I think we established earlier that you need like 5 or 6 wind turbines to power one of those ore taps. So we're going for like 12. Yeah. Are you going to use the piston system or the hinge system to repair them? I'm gonna use the piston, or sorry, the hinge. I think it is just a lot easier for not having a jetpack to be able to repair them that way. It's the only one that survived. Yeah. Yep. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to withdraw from there. I meant to come back and withdraw from here. I'd also like to get this stuff for a battery going, actually. Yeah, hinge all the way. Can you do solar panels? We had a whole debate about the solar panel situation there, Death, earlier today. We were talking about the power output between the two of them, and on a planet, the solar panels do not do as much as the wind turbines. I guess it depends on what planet you're on, right? But just generally speaking, if you have a planet with atmosphere, wind turbines are just better.
Fuel critical.
Yeah. I do also have to research. That's a good point. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's really a big priority right now. Like I said, I want solar panels eventually, and I do think that they will look cool. And I got the mod that gives you like better solar panels that actually like are worth something. Like, let me see. These are centered. Yeah. So let me just grab one of these and show you the difference. So where's our stuff with all these? Okay. So we have the standard wind turbine, which gives us 400 kilowatts. We have the big one, which also gives us 400, and yeah. And then we have the solar panel, which I don't have the vanilla one because I don't have it researched, but I have the DLC one, which would perform the same way, and it's 160. So totally way less, and it only works during the day. But then these guys, so this is, I think, the tier 1, the nanocrystalline. So this guy does 320, which is not as good still as the wind turbines, but it is significantly better than the default. Then there's the multi-junction, which, oh, that's the tier 3. Hold on. This one's tier 2. So this one's 800. So now this is double what you would get on its own for a wind turbine, generally. And then you have the multi-junction, which gives you 1.5 megawatts, which is pretty wild. That's awesome. So having a bunch of those next to each other, definitely worth it. But I think to make the multi-junction solar cells, you have to have some pretty good higher tier stuff. So let's see, multi-junction. Yeah, you need gold, platinum, cobalt. Yeah. Anyway, after that long-winded explanation, I think I have most of the stuff. For this battery. I might need to switch back to my builder suit because dragging these components around. Is there a scenario for this playthrough or just the mod list? Just list of mods right now. But I want to write out my rules and put them up there for people. I haven't done that yet. Because I'm still kind of like figuring stuff out. So I don't really have, like, I haven't crossed that, I don't know, like when we were talking about the iron thing, right? It's like I knew I wanted to make an iron factory, but I hadn't really yet set the stuff for it because I haven't gotten there. And I think I want to have some underlighting as well. Man, RB1 really likes to steal my bulletproof glass. I keep saying I'm gonna get Izzy's and set auto crafting on, and yet I just haven't taken the time to do that. I just feel like sitting in a menu while we're live streaming just is not the way to go. To set all that stuff up. So maybe I'll just do that like before a stream, where I'll just put the auto sorting, and the same thing with like those LCDs. I want to set those up with like auto LCD, but again, I don't want to just sit in the thing and type. Okay. And what other spotlights do we got? No, I think I just want to do these ones. I think these are really cool looking. What's the rule to allow another resource to be tapped? We just have to have the facility for the first resource. So, and once we have all 3 tapped, then we can get into, like, I think it's all 3 tapped, and we have to have all of the research from the tier 1 stuff done. I might change that rule though, just because there's some stuff that I don't really care about. But yeah, I think you have to have all 3 tapped before you can go up to the second tier of resources, which are like cobalt, magnesium, and silver, something like that.
Fuel critical.
All right, let's do this. First, I'm gonna grind these down. Facility meaning fully aesthetic. Pretty much. I mean, there's gonna be like requirements, right? So it needs to have a refinery. It needs to have, like a docking port for a truck and a garage, right? So yes, like this whole playthrough is mostly aesthetic, right? But it's like trying to put gameplay elements behind the aesthetics, right? Because I have bases that have NPC dummies in them. And it's like none of that is necessary, but if you make it necessary, then all of a sudden it's not just for the looks. You can make it look however you want, but you have to do it to progress. I don't know who said it, but I'm gonna butcher this quote really bad, but they said, like, if you want to be creative, keep putting constraints or rules on the thing that you're trying to do, and eventually you'll be forced to be creative. Because creativity in a vacuum without any objective is very difficult to achieve, because you don't know what you're trying to do, right? And there's like endless possibilities. But once you have like a need that you're trying to do and you have certain restrictions, it's like, okay, how do I game this system? How do I find the best way to do this thing with the limited opportunities that I have? How about having your wind turbines point down? That was a thought earlier. I think we did it for one of the storms because we were just getting sick and tired of losing our wind turbines. But you would have to continue to just have your wind turbines on a long scaffolding thing like that, and I'd much prefer to just have them like stacked in a tower. But it's not a bad idea. Guess I don't need this anymore. He says not super confidently. Okay. So let's put this here. And guess I'll also put Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting I can sleep through the night. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna... I thought I had the scaffolding out. Scaffold. Oh, I don't have the girders. Okay. So we'll have it be here, and then the merge block will be there, and then the first hinge will be here. All right, I'm gonna go sleep, and we'll come back and we'll finish that. I'm kind of curious how many wind turbines the hinge could actually hold. Or I guess not hold, but like, what is my limit on weight to where I could like pivot it back up? I wish there were more scenarios like Frostbite available. Yeah, Frostbite was pretty awesome. You know, SE has like a scenario maker thing to do stuff like Frostbite. I just think it's a little difficult to use. I've tried to go in there a couple times and mess with it, but I've never really been able to figure it out.
Fuel critical.
Alright, we are back. Let's head back over there. I need to do something about that back platform, because it is driving me crazy. This whole thing is so boxy. And when I build stuff, my goal is always like, just don't make it a rectangle, please. Just figure out some way to not make it a rectangle. Yeah, you can use pistons to help with the hinge. That when I was doing the creative stuff on a different world to try to figure out how I wanted to do like the V2 of these, I was looking into that using the pistons. Space or planet? What's this question about? We were just asking, when you play Space Engineers, where do you usually play? Are you starting in space and spending all your time there, or are you starting on a planet and spending most of your time there? And also, if you do start in space, what is your like progression in the game? Like, how do you play it? Like, I don't know. How do you progress, I guess? Oh, I didn't grab the components for merge blocks. Whoops. I did grab the components for multiple hinges, though, so hopefully that'll work. I also took the battery off, or not the battery, the wind turbines off of this little grid, so we are currently not able to do anything with power. There we go. Piston with a wheel attached to push. Huh. I have never thought of that. Piston with a wheel to push it. Huh. Like you use like timers to do propulsion override and then it just like rolls it into place? That is interesting. Because you wouldn't really need a piston with that. You would just... Like if you just had the wheel and then you had the propulsion override turn on or off and then it just like uses the friction, and so if you just have a rotor at the other end of the wheel, then you could have it drop down to a horizontal and then you have it push up to a vertical. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought about that. Huh. All right, let's chill out. Let's actually come down a bit because I need to. Hold up the merge block over here. All right. How did I perfectly put it in a position that I can't reach it? Oh, whoops, I'm doing this the wrong way. Oh, yeah. Oh, glad I caught that just now. Whoops. Yeah, this... What was I doing? I was going like up the hill. We wouldn't have been able to put a single thing on there.
Inventory full.
There's a hard temptation me and my friend currently got, and that's restarting our game to use the solar system mod, as it looks cool as hell, and I love how it deals with SE's problems. I'm curious your thoughts how it deals with SE's problems. I'm not sure I'm not saying that this game doesn't have some problems, but I'm curious what problem you see that the solar system thing solves. I too think that it's pretty cool. For Space Adventure, I saw Captain Jack series had harmful sun that would damage players when exposed to sunlight. That's actually an interesting idea too. I hadn't really thought about... I've seen that mod, but I've always just been like, ooh, that sounds rough, and then I just keep moving on. But I don't know. Because going back to the idea of like the rules change how you play the game. You know, if you can't go outside because the sun will kill you, what does your base look like? I mean, I guess in a way that's kind of similar to what we were experiencing in No Suit, right? It was like if you go outside, you're dying. And so you had to do most everything inside. Hey Mavin, been watching this series, waiting to be able to play it myself. Just saw that you shared the mod list. Is there anywhere that I can get the custom rules that you have made for yourself? I haven't sent those out yet, but I should be working on that. So thank you for your interest, and it sounds like there are several people that are pretty interested, so I need to move that higher on my priority list. Okay, lower limit needs to be set to 0. And this one is locked. Do we remember why? I don't remember why I did these like smaller blocks. Or these smaller stairs. Because we could probably just do full-size stairs, but I don't know. Gonna take the advice of the chat from earlier and just use these neon tubes. Oh, yeah. I think we tried earlier and realized that it just kind of floats off to the side like that. Question is that a big enough deal? Or when I put the other stair down, does it just not matter? That ain't my favorite, but I think it is better than the current alternative that we've been using. I think previously I was doing like 4 blocks. I think I'm going to go a little bit shorter on this one so I can actually have more wind turbines, because this whole system requires far more than what we currently have stuff for. Alright, we got that going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we think it can do 5? Only one way to find out. 5. Guess we'll find out. I don't know if I brought all the stuff for 5 anyway, but it would be really nice if it could do 5, because then I wouldn't have to build... I don't think I'd have to build a second tower. At least at this current moment. Probably later, yeah. The first many games I started on Earth-like, but later I found Space Pod to be more fun. Right on. I reckon you could generate extra wind power by using the hinges to wave the turbines back and forth. I totally think that should work. If only. Starting with the large grid ships gives you a lot of materials to scruff off. I like that. Hand mining can be avoided. Hey, I also like that hand mining can be avoided. I don't often avoid it because I end up shooting myself in the foot most of the time with my early game resources, but I too dislike hand mining for long periods of time. Especially because I pretty much always play... Oops. I pretty much always play with Splitsies survival less likely, and so the stuff that you get from stone anyway is just already awful, and so I hate hand mining, but then I also just put all the restrictions on to make me have to do it more. So it's a pretty funny little loop there I got going on.
Critical.
Oh yeah, you use the small catwalk so you could have the 2 levels. I forgot. That sucks. We're missing 1 girder. Ah, man, I almost planned that perfectly. Keyword almost. That's alright, I need to get the stuff for this anyway. Ooh, I also need to make sure that this stuff is in concrete. Just the walkways. I'm a little paranoid right now about these columns, so I'm gonna weld these up. Man, really? One girder? Do we have a girder on any of these things? No. That's just... Wait. Yes! Sorry, light. Nice. Alrighty. Let's lock this. Well, let's try to lock this into place. See how Clang likes it. Do I still have power on this base? Yes, I do. All right. Please, please, please don't tell me. Okay, we're okay. It's not great, but we're okay. All right. Let's find out. Inertia tensor is on. Hinge lock is off. This one, hinge lock is on, and inertia tensor is also on. Okay. Let's reverse it. Alright. Let's increase the torque. It doesn't look like it's working. Dang it, man. Ah. Alright. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to grind off the wind turbine at the top of this and see if it just launches me like a catapult.
Inventory full.
How we doing now, Hinge? Yep, here we go. I gotta run down. Okay, looks like 4 is our limit. Does the grid have power? Yeah, it did. I had a little bit left in the battery. Cool. So now the question is, do we have enough power with those 4? I think the answer is no. I guess I don't have to go all the way down there to check. I could just go right here and press this. Let's go to the ore tab. Inventory. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a little bit more over time. So, but this is during storm conditions. This isn't during our everyday stuff. But hey, it works. I think next time I'm going to put the event controller on this thing and start working on that conveyor. I'd like to see here. I'm gonna go back to the base. We're wrapping up right now because I gotta run. But I want to see what I need in order to get a projector, because I took a blueprint of just like 20 conveyor pipes in a row, so that way I could just slap down a projector on the large grid and make sure that I was not digging out voxels that I didn't want to mess with. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Fuel critical.
Yeah, let's turn off the lights though. There we go.
Fuel critical.
Alright, toggle this on and pressurize. Okay. We built the larger garage as well. We put the wind turbine tower at the iron mine. We added lights to the Rover. Yeah, let's move this to the done list. And I also need to event controller FE wind turbines. Yeah. What was the other thing? I already forgot. I don't know. It'll come to me later. I haven't. My brain starts to slow down when I haven't eaten in a while, so that's why I need to go eat some dinner. But we got quite a bit done today. We built a larger garage. I mean, it's more of just like an awning, but we did that. We built multiple wind turbine towers. We did the scanner and we found some nickel. We built a new Rover. We got rid of our old Rover. We put a battery on the base as well. Today was a productive day. I would definitely say today we recovered from yesterday's travesty with just all of the heavy thermal storms. Yeah. I appreciate oh, yes, thank you, Feeble Bump, my projector. What do I need for the projector? Projector, decoy, timer. We have that one. It's sitting right here. I just need to put the NPCs for it. We also have that one, but we don't have the check mark next to it. Cargo, connector, air vent. Oh, man. That, okay, so that means it's in tier 2, really? So this is our heavy armor, which is nice. Oh, were we not supposed to have the event? I'm not worried about it right now. Large grid drill, grinder, welder, cannon. Projector. Okay, so it costs 60 of the enhanced research materials. Okay, enhanced research materials, which is cobalt dependent, which means that I need to get on it with these facilities, because I am a little bit bummed out that the projectors are locked behind the cobalt. But maybe it makes sense. I don't remember if the projectors actually requires metal grids or not. Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, that's something to think about overnight and over this next coming week, is like, how do I want to work the gameplay mechanics around that? Because I think right now you should be able to research. Oh, Carlos, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rework some stuff with. You're gonna be able to research the next tier without completing the first tier, if you just like cannibalize stuff to get those metal grids. If that's what you want to do, and I think that's what I'm gonna want to do, because the projectors are a huge game changer for a lot of this stuff, especially repeating builds. Anyway, I am rambling. I do that every time I want to close out a stream. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Answer if you haven't already in the chat whether you play Space Engineers on the planet or on the out in space. And I will catch you guys next time. See you later.